some pressure, I'ma teach that boy a lesson. Got your bitch on her knees doing yoga, how she stretching. I don't got lemons, but I squeeze. No, I'm super fresh, life a breeze. Yeah, 2 big locks on my knees. Yeah, baby, this is Bill on my teeth. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I've heard little things before too, and I never asked you about it. I never knew what was true. The paid in full topic. I always heard that it was the ending of that movie. It was like different stories. You want to explain it? Like the end of the movie, you're locked up and you're saying I'm gonna still be the king when I come home or whatever, which is implying that, you know, maybe you're gonna tell or whatever the case may be. But I heard there was something behind the scenes about you didn't want to do it, or can you explain that?
When we shot Paid in Full, we shot the movie. The movie was done. Dame comes back to me and says, yo, we got to do a reshoot, some reshoots. We did some reshoots. And he was like, yo, it's a part where you got to be like, I'll tell on the Harlem, I'll give you some niggas from Harlem. No, I'll give you some niggas from DC, but I ain't telling on no Harlem niggas. And I told Dame, I'm like, yo, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. He said, Cam, it's a movie. It's a movie. Like, don't worry about it. It's a movie. And I'm like, yeah, but I'll be outside. Like, bro, DC niggas already don't like New York niggas like that. Like, you know, sometimes niggas blur lines. I still get I Hate You Rico. You know, it died down at least once every month now. It shit used to be 6 times a day. Why you did that to Mitch? Why you did this to Mitch? Yo, bro. It was crazy for a few years. Anyway, with that being said, I told Dan, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. He said, Cam, it's a movie. What the fuck are you talking about? You got to finish the role. You got to finish the part. I said, yeah, but it's not going to look good. And all that. And he's like, yo, Cam, you're playing a role as somebody who told. I said, yeah, I dig that, but I don't want to say I'll give you niggas from DC, not New York, because I'm going to be the king anyway, whatever the line was. And I had to do it. And Dan was like, yo, Cam, yeah, you actually, no, it wasn't like argument, but it was more like I'm super appreciative for having a part, so I'm not even really going back and forth with him. I'm just telling him how much I don't want to do it. And he told me I had to do it, so I did it. And 4 years later, niggas shot me in DC. What a coinky dink. So that was the real story at the end. Paid in Full. I really didn't want to say that DC shit. But, you know, Charles Stone, the directors, Miramax, Dame, they're like, Cam, you got to do it. I'm like, this wasn't an original script. Well, it's in the script now. And I didn't want to debate because I was so grateful for the opportunity that I just stopped fighting and did it. And ended up getting shot in D.C.
Man, another day, you know, you get another chance to learn something new. So, shout outs to Killer, man. Come Talk with Flea. Y'all go subscribe to Killer. Come Talk with Flea. That's his solo podcast, aside from It Is What It Is. And I don't know if, you know, some of y'all may be younger. I know I got some OGs in here, you know what I mean? Shout out to the YNs, the OGs. Shout out to, you know, the young OGs, I should say, as well. But some, you know, it was a popular movie coming up called Paid in Full. Now, a lot of y'all know that. Ace, which was played by my nigga from The Wire. What's his name again? I can't remember his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Ace Boogie, Mekhi Phifer, who I met him. Funny story. Did I ever tell that story on the story time about Mekhi Phifer? Shout out Mekhi Phifer and Killer Cam. You know, it was loosely based on Alpo. If you don't know, Alpo was a dope dealer back in the 80s. And he recently got killed. He did a bunch of time and he came home, he got killed. Do your homework, do your research on Alpo. But it was loosely based on Alpo and them. You know, coming up in the 80s, dope was a big deal. You feel me? Crack, freebase, hold that, all that shit. And, you know, just everything was cheap. Gas was like 99 cents. You know what I'm saying? But that movie came out and it was, you know, produced by Dame Dash, as Camron was saying, and it was like a big deal. That was a movie that was like, you got like Friday, you got like certain movies, that was like up there with them. You know what I'm saying? I probably done seen Paid in Full, I can't even tell you how many times. It was such a big movie and such a big moment on an independent level, but it was such a big movie that Dame Dash released another project with it. Like, it was called Dame Dash Presents the All Stars or the Cream All Stars or something. And they had that song on there. 1 could be even, 2 for free, Petey Crack, Young Gunner, State Property, Freeway Beanie, that era. And it was like, you know, basically it was like the diary of some hustlers in the 80s when the hustle was still, I guess if you want to say pure, there still was a lot of fuckery in it, you know what I'm saying? There's always fuckery when you out there selling dope and playing in the street. But yeah, Camron played quote unquote Alpo's character, if I remember right. He played Alpo's character, and you know, like you said, at the end of the movie, there was a scene. He was in the interrogation room. You probably can look it up on YouTube or wherever you want if you don't want to see the whole movie. And the police was trying to, you know, arrest him. And he was like, man, I ain't telling on the niggas in Harlem. I'm gonna tell on niggas in DC, because that's where he was. You feel me? You want to get the yeah and all that. He was doing a lot of things, taking the shit down there. You know what I mean? Getting the guns, stuff, taking the dope to them niggas, getting hella money for the drugs and shit, for the coke and whatever else. And I remember that being a big controversial thing back then. Like, even I'm from Virginia, so you already know. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like, I got family and people. We used to, you know, DC ain't too far from Richmond, but DC ain't that far away. You know what I'm saying? Hour and a half, you be in DC. But it was always, for one, it was shocking, because I was like, especially back then, like, niggas wasn't thinking on some like, oh, he's just an actor in the movie, and he's just, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was like, this nigga Cam, because we knew him as Camron first. Like, I didn't even know that story. Before Paid in Full came out, I didn't know the Alpo story. I was too young, you know what I'm saying? A lot of older cats knew, you know what I'm saying? Especially niggas from New York that I knew, like, older cats that I didn't hang with. These are like my uncles and them, and you know, the big homies and shit. But they knew of the Alpo story, and they pretty much said that movie Paid in Full was an accurate depiction of, you know, numerous things. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because in the movie, Camron's character, which is, you know, quote unquote Alpo, he was a tough guy. He shot a nigga in the ass on the block, and he was a tough guy. He was like the soldier you want on your team, but he ended up conniving his niggas, killing one of his niggas, you know what I mean, setting niggas up, and then ultimately snitching on the DC niggas. And it was kind of like, damn, you was taking it back, because it was like, at that time, you never really even seen a rapper play a snitch role or play, you know, you don't want to even, like Cam said, nigga, he didn't even want to play, I mean, he didn't even want to say that line playing that character, but I always thought that line was already in the script. You know what I'm saying? But as you heard, Killer just said it wasn't in the script. And go do your homework on Camron getting shot in DC soon after that. I don't remember exactly when he got shot, but it was soon after that movie came out. Because that movie was a big hood success. It didn't come out in the it might have came out in one movie theater type shit, but it wasn't like a big production movie. It was like straight to DVD, straight to VHS. You feel me? But everybody had that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's before niggas was trying to scam. That's when everybody was hustlers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just remember, you know, Camron getting shot in the arm. He did a press conference. Look it up. That's on YouTube for sure. I've seen it. And then he made some songs about it when he ended up getting the beefing with Jay-Z. And people always infamously say that Camron was a rat, because in one of them songs where he was dissing Jay-Z, he said, I seen them niggas throw the rock up. Talking about, you know, that's the old Rockefeller sign, the rock. You feel me? And he was always, in the song, he said, I seen them niggas throw the diamond up before I got shot. Niggas was like, oh, he dry snitching. Which I didn't take it like that, really. I mean, I guess now if you look at it, that is like dry snitching, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But back then, niggas didn't really take the lyrics as serious as they take it nowadays. Niggas say they killed this nigga and did this and did that, and that's what they had done. You know what I'm saying? But back then, niggas was a little bit more vague, and you didn't really, niggas scratched the truth. But I'm not surprised, bro, because for one, shout out to my DC niggas. DC niggas, they get down. They don't play. DC ain't never been no soft pushover city. You feel me? DC has always been fashion forward. I always fucked it with DC. Like, I never. That's why, like, when I hear people say, oh, DC don't fuck with Richmond and DC don't really fuck with VA, maybe them Northern Virginia niggas, I don't even know, you know, shout out to my Northern Virginia niggas, but them niggas hate y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, Northern Virginia is like more of a government area. Arlington, Fairfax, what is it, Manassas and all that? I don't think, is it Woodbridge? All of them, it's considered, that's where a lot of like the Pentagon and all that shit is over there. But like these, VA where I'm from, Central Virginia, Richmond, Norfolk, Tidewater, Virginia Beach, all that area, Chesapeake, Bad News, Newport News for those who know, Suffolk, all that. We not really the same. I mean, we from VA, but we not really, you know what I mean, the same in the sense of people don't take us the same. They take us a little bit more. We like the LA. Where I'm from in VA is like Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So like we're the big mecca of with the crime and the fashion and you know where it's happening at the spots at. You know what I'm saying? Northern Virginia is kind of, that's the DMV area. When I'm part of Virginia I'm from, is not considered DMV. I salute. I fuck with my DMV niggas, and hell, if I'm out of town and they say, you know, I'll associate it. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I learned that going to prison, arguing with DC niggas. Y'all niggas ain't DMV. I thought we was DMV at first. We not DMV. We're not considered DMV. But yeah, I'm not surprised, bro. DC niggas don't play, and that was like, bro, Camron played that role so good. I'm surprised. If I was from DC, I'd probably be mad at that nigga. We probably want to shoot that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, is that 100% fact? We don't know. Cam can't really know, but he has you can tell how he said, he like, nigga, I didn't have no problems until that happened. Like, after I did that role and said that line at the end about him snitching on. And keep in mind, Cam was playing a whole different real life person. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I would imagine that's why a lot of artists don't want to play, a lot of rap artists don't want to play no shit like that, a snitch or an undercover cop. And nowadays it's a little different, I guess, but yeah, man, DC don't play no motherfucking games, man. Shout out to Harlem too. Harlem don't play either, but if you go down there, you know what I mean? And Cam got shot in his Lambo. You know what I'm saying? He got shot in his Lambo. Go do your homework on Camron getting shot. You know what I'm saying? There's a press conference and all that. But shout out Killer Man. Y'all go subscribe to Come and Talk with Flea. Shout out my DC niggas, my Harlem niggas, all my VA niggas, my Maryland niggas. Y'all leave some comments, man. Anybody familiar with Paid in Full or anything familiar with the story of Cam getting shot or the Apple story? Drop some comments, man. I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I'm gone. Gang. Hey, make sure you subscribe to my other channels pinned in the description for exclusive content, and send me all reactions to the Discord that's pinned in the comments. Gang.